Okay, another test drive from Maple Motors. This is a 1971 Chevelle. This one here, I believe it has a 350 under the hood. It's also got the power steering. Does not have power brakes. And of course, we're gonna be taking it down the road, pointing out flaws. Anything I see or find or hear, you're gonna know about it. With that being said, we do have 100 detailed pictures inside, out, and underneath, along with financing and shipping on all of our cars. Every Monday, we put new cars on the lot. So check maplemotors.com. See if you see something you like. If you see sell pending, that does not mean it's sold. I will mark it sold once their cash has came in and they are paid for. So don't get discouraged. A lot of cars do come off sell pending. It just gives somebody 24 hours to pay for it. With that being said, it's about that time. Let's go for a ride. Getting ready to take off down the road here. But first I want you to place your bets. You think the horn works? Looking around the interior, in pretty good shape. Console here has got a big old crack in it though, for that lid. Get some little spots popping up there. Carpet actually looks decent. Coming across the dash. Little crack right there on the speaker. Little gap here. See where they had the dash. They may have replaced this one. Let's go ahead and start it up. The tach is not working right. It's stuck on 6,000. Gas gauge, about half a tank. We'll stop and get some fuel just to check that. Showing 62,000 miles. You know, it's hard to stand behind mileage when it's a 71 model car. Wipers are gonna need some work. I'll make sure they're hooked up towards the end of the video when I do the full inspection, checking out paint and interior. Back seat on this one, pretty good shape. Package tray, decent. Headliner, it can be tightened up just a tad. You can see some of the wrinkles, but it's in good shape. Somebody tried to put a new one in. The light, they put some green tape around it. I guess the cap was falling out. Got a couple gauges down here. Looks like the temp gauge is coming up. Oil pressure is at 55, which is pretty good. The gauge is sticking too, so I don't know exactly what the oil pressure is at. Looks like it's stuck up there. I'll be watching it during the test drive here. No AC. The blower motor isn't quite doing anything. So blower motor is out in this one as well. Face to the radio is in the office. Horn, did you place your bets? No spring, it's not gonna honk. Let's hit the road and see how she runs and drives. Okay, getting ready to take off down the road now. Of course, anything I see, I'm gonna let you know. Seat belt's a little stiff here. It's been stuck in that position for a while. Let's see. There we go. Got a little slack on it. No way I can fit in here. Okay, let's hit the road. Try reverse first. Working. Drive. Went in pretty quick. Brakes. Stopping good. Steering's nice and smooth on this one. Speedometer's coming up on the dash there. It's going pretty straight down the road. Steering's pretty tight. Feels pretty smooth too. It's got good pet back into brakes. Stopping pretty fast. Not bad. Kick down's hooked up. Looks like they got some silicone on the front windshield here on the inside too. What that is from, you can tell it's around the edges. It may have been leaking around the edges of the windshield, and they just siliconed it up to stop the water. So it probably needs a reseal unless they got it right with that, but definitely have to scrape off most of that on the windshield. Even got a little bit here on the pillar. Running nice and smooth. Oil pressure gauge seems to be right where it needs to be. It's right at 30, but there's a little broken plastic pieces in there, and that's what's holding that needle. Engine temperature seems to be correct, right at 180. Picks that front end up nice. Turn signals popping up on both sides of the dash. Let's pull in here, get about $20 with the premium fuel, and we'll keep this test drive rolling. So, gas gauge is at quarter tank, between quarter tank and E. We'll put a little bit in there and I'll let you know if it works. I'll be right back. This car is beautiful out here in the sunlight. Loving it. So we put the gas in back here in the back. Looks like our old emblem's messed up. It's not a real SS anyways, so. Put that on the Malibu car. Let's check that gas gauge out. So yeah, there was the gas gauge when we got here. Turn the key on, it's coming on up. Seems like it's working. We got a good gas gauge. Again, y'all look pretty good today. I can see you on my GoPro 8 through my phone. That's the main reason I use these cameras. All right, engine temperature's at 190. I did the walk around. I adjusted the idle throughout it. I should have done that at the beginning, but I kind of thought it was the choke was on. It was just idled up a hair high pretty much the whole video. And I got it back down. But we're gonna head back to the lot now. That's the first time I put it in gear since I changed the idle. I was just checking it, make sure it wasn't gonna die on me, and it didn't. Just watch out for old student driver over here. They like using the same parking lot as me. Good to go. Making sure y'all are straight. And then the brakes, stops good. Motor sounds awesome. I hear a little bit of tire rubbage going on in the back there. And the little squeak noises coming from them panels over there rubbing against each other on the door. Some of the trim rubbing. And guys, we made it back to the lot. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, share. That helps me out more than you know, and I'll keep making these videos. But stick around to the end because we're going to be picking out the flaws here in just a moment. Yeah, I hear that tire rubbing when I turn. Good deal. Now I got to get some pictures. Let's see, sign out of that. Get up in a cool angle here. No shadow. Boom. Time to make some TikTok videos. Jump over and check that out too. I'll be right back. All right, getting ready to walk around this ride, look for chips, scratches, flaws, rust, whatever I can find. Look on maplemotors.com at the detailed pictures. You need financing, it's available. Need shipping, it's available. This car's been pretty sweet so far. Now we're gonna walk around it and look for anything else. Here we go. Coming around that front bumper, you could definitely tell somebody's replaced it along with the headlight bezels. The grille is in pretty good shape. Same with the marker lights. Coming down this side, lower portion first. You got a little bit of like a dent right there on your trim. Coming up and over. The bottom there, what is that? A little chip in the paint. Bottom of the door's got some oxidation popping up here. Needs some wax, needs to be buffed. Little rust bubble in the corner of the door. Up and over the back. Trim looks good. Got a chip back here in the corner. Of course, it's bound to happen from the tires kicking up some rocks. A little haziness in this area. You can hear it. Back that midsection. Little spot there in the paint. Chip on the edge of your door. Door handle looks pretty good. Little wax left over on that edge. Back over this top section here. Your front window does have chips. There's a bunch of little chips. There's also a nice one over there in the middle. But the trim looks good all the way around it. Pillar's pretty clean. A couple imperfections real close up. The windows look good. You got pitting right there on your trim. Some dirt on the car. It needs to be scrubbed off. Roof looks good. Looks like the same thing, like some glue or silicone where they tried to seal the back window as well as the front. Light scratches right here. Coming up on the back. Back bumper's got scuffs and scratches. It's not new like the front. Dual exhaust. Chip over here. Something on your tail light there. Looking in your jams. Seal's good. And the jams look good. Trunk lid itself looks solid. In the trunk, it looks like you got a little bit of silicone kind of swabbed up there, some in this area. You can kind of see it up under here. I think they had carpet in here at one time. I can kind of see remnants of the carpet that was glued down. Little paint chips here and there. Open your package tray, nice and clean. Sorry about that sun, it's just the time of the day. It's gonna always get in the way unless I gotta put her in the showroom, and then that gets a little dark. Light scratch right here. Bubble right here in the back. Also a bubble right there on the trunk lid. A crack in the paint there. Back window, glue on this side as well. Coming down this lower portion. Little chip there in the corner. It's like some light scratches right there. Bottom portion's picked up some road grime, a little dirt up and over. Trim looks good. A little wax in the corner. A couple bubbles right there above the trim. Dirt. A couple bubbles in the corner of the door there. real small. Back that midsection. Chip right here in the middle of the door. Little scuff there. Your back panel here, you got a little scratch. Looking over your glass, your trim. Right behind that trim, it's a little bubbly looking, a little wavy. Fitting, there's trim there. Door handle's in good shape. Mirror's in good shape. Touch-up marks here. A little hazy down there on the pillar. Good deal. Light bubbles right here up against the trim there. Front windshield does have some chips. Made it around the ride. Let's check out the inside. Door panel on this one. Bit older. It's got some imperfections in the middle here. You can see down here at the bottom, you can see some of the trims. A little flaky looking. Buzzer still works. They put new weather stripping in, but cut it there for some reason. I guess they didn't get it perfectly lined up. Pop that back in. See little bubbles there in the corner of the door. Up under it. And your jams. Chip right here. Carpet in this one's in good shape. A little older, still in good shape. Seat in great shape. It's not tore up at all. Well, I say that, there's a little spot here. Look, no, that's more of that silicone. They got a little crazy with that in here, trying to seal up the front windshield, didn't they? See a little fading in the back of the seat. There's a slit right here in the middle of the back seat. Looks like a piece hanging up there, maybe a stereo wire sitting out of it. Crack right here by your ashtray. And your headliner be stretched out a little bit better. Glove box is not pulled up tight. There's an adjustment on the inside where you can adjust that. Passenger seat. Let's get all the gear out of the way. Guys, if you want to see what gear I use, just look below in the description. I've got 3 or 4 different things in there with links, Amazon links below. Just a little spot there, a little spot over here. A little spot on top of the door panel on the passenger side and the door handle. Starts up pretty good. What is that? Is that tape? I've seen people do this before. I don't know if it's tape or... Oh, it's a piece of that lens. Let me see. No, it's a little piece of tape. There was probably a light on at one time, maybe on a brake light or something, and people in the past had to cover it up because they got annoyed by it or whatever the reason was. But it's not on now, and it brakes just fine. Your oil pressure gauge just kind of fell apart with me tapping on it. That was why it wasn't working. It's sticking right there. It's getting stuck on all these little plastic pieces, the ring that goes around it. Just needs to be replaced and upgraded. Temperature gauge has been working. Been consistent. Idled a bit high. I noticed that throughout the video. And at certain points, it would get a little bit lower, but let's do something about that. I'm tired of it being so high. There we go, much better. I may get a new spring when we get back too, because it's kind of in the way of that oil sending line there. Kick down and all that's hooked up. There's your kick down cable. That's what I always talk about. That's much better. It actually runs nice and smooth. The edges of the hood are good. They're not rusted out. What's up under the hood looks nice and clean. Been down with it. It comes down easy. I mean, you can see it kind of just falling there. And it latches. So they got the safety latches on there. But it's tight. A lot of people do that for looks too. Specific thing they're going for there. Hinge is sitting a little high on the back side. You can see how it evenly flows up. Can be adjusted. Little chip right here on the hood. That's much better. I wish I'd have done that right off the rip. I thought the choke was on. And maybe the choke's not set up right. I mean, a lot of people will idle them up for that reason. Good deal. You know, we've been sitting here running, revving, whatever, 190. And it does fluctuate. I've seen it go down a couple times. It's about as high as it's gonna get too, just sitting still here. Guys, I appreciate you watching. If you're new to the channel, I try to explain everything and find anything that I can see wrong with these cars, give you undercarriage shots, and I do that so you know what you're getting before you get here. With that being said, go to maplemotors.com, check out the detailed pictures, the financing and shipping options, and we get cars in every week. That's always on Monday. That being said, thank you for watching. Please share this video. Please hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.